YouTube? This is Melantar VA.
Mr. Fakiyamano.
And first of all, we want to thank you guys for being so patient in between uploads. We got a lot going on, and our editor has everything for Ghosts of the Future. We're just waiting on that. I'm sorry it's taking so long. And now for the subject of today's video. In light of Persona 4 Golden being uploaded onto Steam, it was seen the modders out there retrieve something that was cut long ago in the production. A kiss between the main protagonist, Yuna Okami, and Yosuke. And so the two of us decided we're going to talk about LGBT representation across Persona.
Oh yeah, and it's like I haven't played through Persona 1 through 4 and played a little bit of 5. I'm kind of excited to discuss this.
Yep, and so we're actually going to start with Persona 2, which you said was the first appearance of any LGBT representation in the franchise.
Yes, and really it's the first and only Persona game to feature like a bisexual protagonist, because the main character, Tatsuya Shuo, at a certain plot point that you can pick one of 3 romance options: Lisa, Maya, or a male who you meet later in the game named Jude.
Mm-hmm.
And basically their plot becomes kind of involved with yours, basically.
Okay, and so would you say that the representation was strong, possibly forced? How would you describe the representation?
I think it was, I wouldn't really say it was forced, because, like, Tatsuya and June do kind of develop, like, a bit of a relationship up until that plot point, but it's, like, at the same time, it's, like, for me personally, when I chose an romance option, I don't really pick him, because I feel like, when I picked Lisa, I feel like Lisa just had more history with Tatsuya, so I just felt like it made more sense for them to...
Okay. Okay, next... Oh, sorry.
But at the same time, I'd probably choose June if, for like another playthrough.
Okay, and now for the subject that I think I'm the only one about, Persona 3. I don't know about anybody else. However, like, I feel like there was a little something happening between Akihiko and Shinjiro in Persona 3 before the whole breakup thing. Like, I'm pretty sure that there was a little something going on with them. I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks that.
I mean, I can see it.
Yeah, you see it too?
I mean, don't forget, I played through the game as well, so...
Yeah, that's true. Plus, like, Aki's reaction when Shinjiro dies, that's more than just losing a close friend. I feel like that's more, like, there is more emotion there than just losing a best friend or trauma from losing your sister. There is something more there.
Oh, yeah. Or at least implications.
Yeah, like, there's implications, which honestly, if it's never actually revealed if there was something, I'd be just fine with it. However, like, I would like to know if there was possibly more there than just friendship.
Oh, yeah.
And now, on to the big one. Persona 4. Okay, so for this, we gotta bring up Kanji and Naoto, and how a lot of nitpickers are honestly just full of shit. And Saki, I think you know where I'm going with this.
Oh yeah, the whole Naoto being transgender thing?
Yeah, however, before that, we gotta talk about Kanji. Okay, so essentially, Kanji's entire, like, character arc, including in the dungeon, is that Kanji might possibly be gay, which, okay, alright, I like that angle, that we might possibly have a gay main character.
Yeah, or at least a one who's decisively gay, not likely.
Yeah, that's true. But then we, get to Naoto, and unfortunately, this is where the complaints kind of started, because, anyway, because, when it's, revealed Naoto was actually a girl, a lot of people claimed that ruined Kanji's arc, that he might possibly be gay, when really, that's not true. If anything, it implies Kanji is bi, because he obviously had feelings for Naoto even before he knew she was a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I personally don't see the problem there.
Yeah, and again, if anything, it should be the second time Persona's had a bisexual main character.
Yep, and then we get to the outcry with Naoto and an optional event. Okay, so if you decided to date a Naoto, there's a scene on a Valentine's day where she actually wears like a uniform for like 2 minutes, and apparently people thought that was a betrayal of her character, of the entire transgender community, when guys, she's not trans at all.
Well, people thought she was like a trans guy.
Yeah, when really that's not the truth. Like, you've experienced Persona 4, right, Sakuya?
Yeah, like a good chunk of it anyway.
Oh, so you haven't experienced the end of Naoto's arc?
Not yet, but again, like, I played through a decent chunk of it, so...
Whoops, I'm sorry.
It's not too much of a spoiler.
Yeah, but like, if you don't mind me saying, as a trans woman, what's your opinion on the entire like interpretation of Naoto's arc, or just her arc in general? What are your opinions on it, if I may ask?
Honestly, while I would have been cool, like seeing like an actual transgender character in Persona, it's like, honestly, well, I was disappointed, but I wasn't really outright pissed.
All right, and now the recent.
Or at this point to learn she wasn't trans, basically.
Okay, that's fair. However, like, you weren't outright furious about it.
No.
All right. And now for the most recent controversy in Persona in the LGBT community, the Ryuji Shinjuku scene that got changed to Persona 5 Royal. Sakuya, would you like to go into detail about this one?
There's a scene where these two gay men who are in women's clothing approach Ryuji, and in the original game want to basically fuck him.
Yeah, like in the original, and in the Japanese version of Royal.
Yeah, and in the localization, they changed it to where they just want to dress him up as a girl because they think he'd look cute.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I kind of prefer the localization because of the fact that it's like, I don't know, there's just a direct... I just feel like having them want to fuck him and them kind of not really taking no for an answer is kind of...
It's kind of R-wordy.
Yeah. So again, it's like, honestly, I kind of like that it's a little more humorous to see the whole like them wanting to dress him up as a girl.
Yeah, plus like
it's kind of a nice humorous touch.
Yeah, plus like the localizers, obviously their heart was in the right place when they changed it. They didn't mean any harm in changing the scene. If anything, they wanted it to make up for something that could be seen as incredibly controversial and more homophobic than the changed scene.
Yeah.
And
so really, I think people raising a stink about the change scene are kind of just misinterpreting it or taking it the wrong way.
Yeah, it's true. And now for the final bit of this discussion, Persona Q. Okay, so the second to Labyrinth is known as the date cafe, where sometimes you'll actually stop inside these rooms and answer a few questions, and then at the end of the labyrinth, you're essentially paired up with your destined love, and depending on your answers, you could end up with a guy. Your thoughts on this?
I think it's kind of a nice little touch because you don't really see, like, Persona 2 is the only time you would see an actual like pairing with another guy that wasn't, modded into the game. So it's like that's kind of a nice little thing to see.
Yeah, like even if like nobody actually